Hi, algebra folks. This is chapter 5, day 3, point slope form. It's a new form. So yesterday we talked about slope intercept form, y equals mx plus b. That's the most popular form. Point slope form is a form that takes a point and a slope and gets you 2 baby steps away from being in slope intercept form. So point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So what you do is you plug a point into that formula, which is your x1, y1, and you plug in the slope, which we know is our m. Again, leaving the x and y open because those represent the infinitely many points on the line. So like here, through -4, -3 would be our x1, y1. Slope we know is our m. So we would go y minus, the y coordinate is -3, minus the -3 is like adding 3, equals m, the slope is -1/4, times x minus the x coordinate is -4, which makes it x plus 4. That is point slope form. So now if we want to take that point slope form down to slope intercept form, y equals mx plus b, it only takes us 2 steps. The first step would be to distribute. So we have y plus 3 equals -1/4 times x is -1/4 x. -1/4 times 4 is -1. So now to get y alone, to get rid of plus 3, we would subtract 3. And that gets us into slope intercept form at y equals -1/4 x. -1 minus 3 is -4. So that is your slope intercept form. So point slope form is a tool that takes a point and a slope and gets you 2 baby steps away from slope intercept form. So on number 2 here, we've got our point, our xy, x1, y1. Our slope is m. So we go y minus -5, makes it go y plus 5, equals slope is 1/2, times x minus -4, makes it go x plus 4. So that's your point slope form. So then to get to slope intercept, we distribute. So y plus 5 equals 1/2 x. 1/2 of 4 is 2. To get y alone, to get rid of plus 5, we would subtract 5. So here we are in slope intercept form at y equals 1/2 x minus 3. 2 minus 5 is -3. So point slope form takes a point and a slope. So here on number 3, same concept. We go y minus, the y coordinate is -5. So minus the -5 is really plus 5. Equals slope is our m, so -1, times x minus the x coordinate is 2. So that's point slope form. And on your Math Excel, sometimes it asks for point slope, sometimes it asks for slope intercept. So now to get to slope intercept, I would distribute. So y plus 5 equals -1 times x is -1x. -1 times -2 is +2. To get y alone, to get rid of plus 5, we would subtract 5. So there we are in slope intercept form at y equals -1x. 2 minus 5 is -3. And that is your slope intercept form. Last one. We go, it's always y minus something equals something times x minus something, right? Every single time. So y minus, the y coordinate is 1, equals the slope is 5/3, times x minus the x coordinate is 3. That's your point slope form. Distribute, we're at y minus 1 equals 5/3 x. 5/3 times -3 is -5. To get y alone, to get rid of a -1, we would add 1 both sides. So we're at y equals 5/3 x. -5 plus 1 is -4. All right, so you can see in this next section what happens is they give us 2 points, no slope. 2 points, no slope. So if you're going to use point slope form, you have to have a point and you have to have a slope. So the first thing you're going to have to do, remember to find the slope between 2 points, you do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Those x's and y's come from the first point is x1, y1. The second point is your x2, y2. So to find the slope, we'd be at slope equals y2 is -3 minus y1 is -4. So -3 plus 4 is 1 over x2 is 2 minus x1 is -4. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Right? So our slope here is 1/6. And then you actually have a choice. So since you have 2 points, it's totally up to you which one you want to use. I'm going to go -4, -4, because I can't mess up which one is which if they're both the same. So then I have y minus -4, makes it go y plus 4, equals slope is 1/6 times x minus -4, makes it go x plus 4. Distribute y plus 4 equals 1/6 x. 1/6 times 4 would be 2/3. So then to get rid of a plus 4, we subtract 4. And there we are in slope-intercept at y equals 1/6 x minus 3 1/3. And don't forget, if you struggle with fractions, use your calculator, pal. All right, so the process is the same. Through 2 points, we have to find the slope. So we have 1 minus 2 on top, which is -1, over 5 minus 3 on bottom is 2. Remember, it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's see here. They look about the same. I'm going to use the point 3,2. Again, it doesn't matter what point you use. You'll get the same answer. So y minus, the y coordinate is 2, equals slope is -1/2, times x minus the x coordinate is 3. So I have y minus 2 equals -1/2. -1/2 times -3 is +1 1/2. To get rid of a -2, we would add 2. And that gets us in slope-intercept form at y equals -1/2 x plus 1 1/2 plus 2 is 3 1/2. More practice on the last two. We first have to find the slope. So slope equals y2 is -3 minus y1 is -1. -3 minus a -1 is like -3 plus 1, which is -2. Over x2 is -2 minus x1 is 0. So -2 minus 0 is -2. Reduce, -2 over -2 is 1. Pick a point. Either one will do. I'm just going to go with the first one. So I have y minus -1 is y plus 1 equals slope is 1 times x minus the x coordinate is 0. Distribute the 1, y plus 1 equals x. You can write plus or minus 0 if you want a placeholder there. To get rid of a plus 1, we subtract 1. So there's our slope-intercept form. Y equals x minus 1. Same thing on the last feller. Slope would be y2 is -3 minus y1 is -5. So minus a negative is like adding. -3 plus 5 is 2. Over x2 is 0 minus x1 is -5. Again, subtracting a negative is like adding. 0 plus 5 is 5. Slope is 2/5. Pick either point. I'm going to go with the one that's the same. So I go y minus -5 goes y plus 5 equals slope is 2/5 times x minus -5 is x plus 5. Distribute y plus 5 equals 2/5 x. 2/5 times 5 is 2. To get y alone, to get rid of a plus 5, we subtract 5. So y equals 2/5 x. 2 minus 5 is -3. So y equals 2/5 x minus 3. That's how you use point-slope form. It takes a point and a slope, gets you 2 baby steps away from slope-intercept.